AKAI Professional. This company will be 40 years old this year. I can't even believe that. They have made so many MPCs. My last count here is like 23 MPCs, and there are a couple new ones coming this year probably. And they have survived the attacks from everybody else who was trying to make a sampler drum machine. And it takes a lot of luck to get Roger Linn to leave America and come to Japan and work for a couple of years to build the device. And then not too sure if it'll sell. I mean, every company from Roland to Sony to Korg, everybody's been trying to stop them. Now, how this whole thing starts in the creation of AKAI Professional is with the parent company called AKAI Electric Company. And they made consumer electronic goods like a turntable, speakers, an amplification system for the speakers, of course. Also tuners to tune the music in from radio stations. And they also had a tape player where you can put a tape on, a reel-to-reel, and you can record to that. And these products became quite popular all over the world. This is after World War II. We have the baby boomer society growing up, so a lot of kids, people are working hard, and so they have the ability to buy these products. And of course, AKAI Electronic Company becomes famous. But over time, technology has changed everything as always. So around 1962, Philips Corporation comes out with the cassette and the cassette player. That changed everything because now you can record to a cassette, no need for a reel-to-reel, so the average person now can record music. Then in 1979, and that was the Walkman. It comes out in 1979. It's a big hit worldwide. AKAI's losing money. Nobody wants a tuner, an amp, or speakers. It's all on one device. And AKAI's losing money. They decided to come up with a new idea. Let's join the music industry. They want to start making toys like keyboards, drum machines, and so they create AKAI Professional. Now, the start of AKAI Professional is someone like it is today, constantly making gear, trying to see if it works. Well, their big hit in the beginning was the S900. It was a sampler that was simple, easy to use, and it was pretty cheap. And it got popular. It was in almost every major studio around the world. So AKAI Professional knew how to make samplers, but they wanted to make a drum machine also. Now, once they saw this combination here, where a lot of people are using the SP1200 and an S900 or an S950, it was a great combination in the studio. It worked perfectly. But what they needed to have was this MIDI production center, and AKAI knew MIDI, as you can tell from how it worked with the SP1200. And they came up with an idea with Roger Linn, and they finally have it in 1988. And it's the MPC 60. And this is it right here, the MPC 60. As you can see, they have a pad in the front for your arms to rest on. We got a flip-up screen. And in the back, we have 8 separate outputs, plus a stereo output. There are also 4 MIDI outs, 2 MIDI ins. We can sync with SMPTE timecode, FSK, sync with MIDI. This thing had everything on it, even foot switches. It was a great machine, but it was $5,000. And in 1988, that was a lot of money. But recording studios bought the machine. It worked great as a sync device. But still, an S950 and an SP1200 was a cheaper option. And AKAI saw that. So in 1991, they decided to come out with a brand new MPC, an MPC62. Now this comes out in 1991. And so it's a brand new MPC, but not really. It's an MPC with a cover around it, a big plastic bubble cover in a sense, and it covers everything up, but it's still the same MPC, but it sells for less. And plus you can go inside and you can add more memory to it to get more sample time. Now that was pretty cool back in the day. But Roger Linn was not a fan of the MPC62. He had an idea for a better MPC. He finally talked AKAI into putting it out, and he came out with the MPC 3000. And this is it right here, a classic machine. It's also in black, the special edition. This is used by Dr. Dre all the time. You've heard it on many of the Eminem tracks. And it was made famous by Jay Diller. And if you ever get one, you gotta keep it. Our next MPC is the MPC 2000, and they had to be talked into making this MPC. You see, Marco Alpert, who used to work for EMU Systems, told them you got to make a brand new one. The market's big. They said okay. They put it out, and it was the most popular selling machine they ever had. They realized it wasn't just about hip-hop. It was bigger than that. And then in 1999, they came out with a better, bigger machine, and that was the MPC 2000 XL. It outsold the MPC 2000. You can find more MPC 2000 XLs in the used market than the MPC 2000. It was a huge hit. And AKAI is really big now. They are respected all over the world for their MPCs and their samplers. But all of a sudden, they're out of business. Then the truth comes out. The CEO, James Ting, has stolen the funds. He's also sold the stock of AKAI to his own company in Hong Kong. Well, he gets arrested, and now AKAI Professional is broke. So now it's on the chopping block. And what they do is they separate AKAI Professional from AKAI Electric Company. They want to sell AKAI Electric Company to someone else and AKAI Professional to someone else different. And this is perfect for in-music brands. They already have a bunch of different companies. They want the AKAI Professional. They get it. They start putting out new MPCs. Obviously, it's the most popular device that AKAI Professionals make. And then they come out with the MPC 4000. That's a pretty big hit. A big, heavy machine, but it works. Great machine. A nice MPC. Then they put out an MPC 1000. A smaller device, but it works with a different software. Now, the problem happens that there's a guy making an operating system, and his name is JJOS, and they're making it for the MPC 1000. So then they come out with the MPC 2500, and that's in 2005. Now, when that device drops, they're surprised again. JJOS is in there. He's got his own operating system. They don't want him on their machines, but they're putting the machine out. But they also don't sell so many MPC 2500s also at the same time. So this is a problem. So they come out with a new machine in 2006. They come out with the MPC 500. This is the smallest MPC I've ever seen. It's like an oversized ashtray. But it works. The software is great. Too many pages to get through, but it does work, and it sounds like an MPC. And no more JJOS. He's locked out the system. So our next MPC comes out in 2008. And this is the MPC 5000. And it's a bad MPC. It doesn't actually load in the old softwares. It's a big problem. Then Just Blaze, this rap producer, does a whole review about it in the Source magazine, and he doesn't like it. He talks about how bad it is. It's getting bad rep everywhere. And they have to go back in and make a new operating system. So at the Namm show in 2009, they reintroduced the MPC 5000. And they have fixed the operating system, and it works perfectly, and it's a lot better than before. Now, they introduced their next MPC 4 years later, actually 3 of them. The MPC Renaissance, the MPC Studio, and the MPC Fly, all at the 2012 Namm show. And they're pretty decent hits. They're like controllers, like Machine, except in Renaissance, you can put a microphone in and they actually record into the box and send the output directly into your software. Now our next MPC is the MPC Touch, a new MPC with a different box. It's still a controller, but it looks like the precursor to the MPC Live, and it's also a controller for the software. Now the next MPC comes out in 2017. 2 of them, the MPC X and the MPC Live. The MPC X is the flagship, just a big, huge device that does everything right. All the controls are right there on it. But it's a standalone. They go back to the standalone in 2017, and this is a massive hit because everybody wanted a standalone. A lot of guys don't want to use the computer. They don't want to sit in front of that machine. They want to hit those pads, hit those numbers, and see that beautiful 10-inch display. Now, the MPC Live is no slouch either. It's a smaller MPC. It does everything, but not as many numbers, and the software is the very same software on a standalone that can also be a controller, both devices. And these devices introduce a new style, the controller or you can also be standalone. Then the next MPC that comes out is in 2020, and that MPC is the MPC1. They're finally making a smaller MPC again, and this is a pretty big hit. It's easy to use. It's almost like having an MPC 2000 XL. It's got an old school look with the right colors, and it's a hit. But AKAI started to do something I didn't think they were going to do. They started getting innovative. They started thinking that we're the best in the world, and they were right. They came out with the MPC LIVE II again in that year, the second MPC introduced in the same year. And that MPC, the LIVE II, is awesome. You've got batteries, you got speakers that make it sound like a boombox. You can take and go to a girl's house, record her vocals, record a rapper over his house. You can go to a guitar player's house, record something, a bass player, put your band together in the box. It is really awesome. It's got to be the best MPC they've made ever. But something else is happening here. They start putting MPCs out every year. In 2021, they come out with a new MPC Studio, just a controller for the software, like the first MPC Studio, but it's better and easier to use. Then in 2022, they really surprised me with the MPC Key 61 around the end of June. I'm posting and everyone's saying, you don't know what you're talking about. Of course, I've seen what was going on, and it comes out and it's a hit. And then in 2022, right before summer, AKAI releases the MPC Key 61, a totally different idea. A keyboard with sounds that you can load in. It can fit into any MPC. This was a new idea and a damn good one. And of course, we had to do a video. It's a really special MPC. The price even drops 6 months later. If you want one, you should get one. They come out with the MPC X SE. It's an improved MPC X, much lighter and easier to use physically. Then 2 months later, they come out with the MPC1 Plus. They improved it greatly, it's lighter, and it's all red. Now, AKAI means red in Japanese, and I'm glad to see they're doing it. They're going back to the roots. And now, in 2024, they introduced another MPC, and it comes out with the MPC Key 37. This is an awesome device. I love it because it makes it easier. You don't have to have a big keyboard, but it's all in one device. And if you've got enough of these expansion packs and plugins, you can just put your old stuff on here and get busy. A matter of fact, what's your favorite MPC? Let me know in the bottom, because I sort of like the MPCs. I've been using them for years. And of course, if you need help with one, I got lessons. I can help you. No matter what, we're here to support our people. Let me know what you think. And please subscribe.